minutes later, he called me, told me, "Allah, let's meet, I will give you the check."
The homeowners are never buying, it's always the investors because they're putting money in something that may not be existing yet.
Some economists worldwide are predicting a global recession. So how do you think that's going to affect Dubai market, the Dubai real estate market?
This is fear-mongering. Fear-mongering is the idea that fear sells and is sold faster than faith. This is exactly what's happening here because no one wants to talk about faith in good times. COVID time, post-COVID, everything came here. When Israel went into Gaza, the same thing has happened. So we became the solution rather than part of the problem. People didn't know where to go. In the last 6 weeks, if you see our registrations every day jumped after the tariffs were announced. Okay. It didn't go down.
Welcome back to Dubai Santa Gold Podcast, your favorite podcast about Dubai real estate market. I'm your host, Santa Maria, and as usual, I have my co-host with me, Nizar Ben Said.
Hello.
And today, it's a very, very exciting episode. We have an extraordinary guest. He's the voice of Dubai real estate. You guys have probably seen him across many podcasts, many social media videos, reels. He's the one and only Dr. Anand, real estate market analyst, also a sales coach with a background of more than 30 years. And he's in the list of the top 100 influencers of India in the UAE, and as well a doctor of psychology. I hope I didn't miss any of your titles.
I think we'll live with these for now. Enough.
There's so many, we can go on and on. It's such a pleasure to have you, Dr. Anand, with us today.
Pleasure to be here as well. Thank you for having me.
Today, we're going to be discussing in-depth market analysis, and also we're going to be talking about the psychology of a successful investor versus the psychology of someone who keeps on missing out on the opportunities. So let's dive into it.
Of course. Welcome, Mr. Anand. Finally, we have you in our podcast, Sun to Gold. And I want to start, my introduction for you is very different. You will be surprised when you hear it. So I need to pay you some commission because one day I closed the deal because of your video. So I will show you the video. So I had a clients. I had some constant follow-ups with the clients. I had like from here, from there, like I was trying to convince the clients. He was that close to be convinced. He canceled the unit and then I sent him your video, and I think 5 minutes later, he called me, told me, "Allah, let's meet, I will give you the check. I will show you the video." So this is the video. One second. This is from the WhatsApp of the client. I think you know the video and
this is the D33
and after
agenda.
That,
the check.
So thank you for that. I don't know if you will accept my commission or the referral.
You know, if I took commission from all the thousands of people who've been closing deals in Dubai, all my real estate assets in Dubai would be free.
True. So we are pleased to have you with us today because we have a lot of questions to ask you from our investors, objections, like some ideas that we need to clarify because you have experience in the market, you have experience in Dubai, you are very enthusiastic about Dubai, you are the ambassador of Dubai. And I want to talk to you about one thing because I hear you always saying that Dubai market is different. Correct. All the markets go in with cycles, but Dubai, it's operating in a wave. I want you to explain it to us and also for our investors to understand this because a lot of people, they come to Dubai, they want to apply the same principle they learn in Europe or USA to invest in Dubai, but it's different.
Correct, 100%. There's two things actually that we need to talk about here. The first thing is I understand why the investor is comparing it to a market he knows. He can only relate to something that he knows, right? It's called a frame of reference. All humans, we only understand things based on frames of reference. The two challenges with frames of reference is the first, that it's an unconscious frame. So I'm doing it and I'm not even realizing I'm doing it. So people are finding it difficult to explain their anxiety, why they're having the doubt or the fear. They know they have the fear, but why are you really having it? They can't explain. Because unconsciously, this what you're showing me is not relating to anything I have seen or experienced before. So a frame of reference is something that I've seen or I've experienced, but it comes from my past. So people are looking at a past frame to understand the city of the future. It's not going to happen.
Of course, yeah.
So this is the thing. Sometimes when I start talking to investors and then it clicks and it makes sense to them, they say, yeah, that's right. Let's take an example. Look at markets in the US. There 90 to 94% of the markets are ready home markets, of which 70 to 75% are bought on mortgages. Now you're coming to a market where 65 to 70% is off plan, where people are putting their money on sand. And there is no mortgage for that.
That's why we call it Sand to Gold podcast.
Sand to Gold, yes, I know. So how do I use a frame where I walk in, I see the actual house, I get into it, I switch the lights on, and I have a bank that can fund it for me. And now I come and I'm asked to put money on sand. So the frame cannot resonate with it. This is where some of them have the challenge from understanding. Now the past frame, the historical frames, is a property cycle. So in a property cycle, which operates in all cities around the world, you will typically have an entry point into the property, 2 to 3 years of a boom. At this point, the homeowners are never buying. It's always the investors, because they're putting money in something that may not be existing yet. So they take the risk, they come in, and people are actually keeping an eye on what's happening. So they will reach a point in the cycle where the units are coming close to handover. At that point, these investors cool off because prices have jumped 30, 40, 70 to 80% in a city like Dubai. So now an investor would not come in and buy a new opportunity there at a 70 to 80% above the market. So as the units are coming closer to completion, the homeowners start showing up. So that's where you will see corrections will start happening in the market. The person who bought early at, say, 2 million, now it's going at 2.8. So people are buying units at 2.8 and 2.9. I can myself come in at 2.7 and still make a lot of money. So you'll see the correction starting to happen. There will be a dip. So markets are understood like that. When the absorption happens from the dip, then the new wave will start, the new cycle. That people understand. So as long as you in Dubai are having one market operating, I'm okay with it. Either people are buying the ready homes, I'm fine, it fits the normal cycle. Or people are buying off plan, but there's nothing ready happening at the same time. This is what is confusing Dubai. We have two markets. We have the off-plan market where we are launching, and we also have the ready home market where the handovers are happening every year.
Of course.
Now, this does not happen in a traditional market, so people are confused. They cannot read the two. What they failed, and that's why they have this concern there'll be an oversupply.
Okay.
But what we are actually doing is very much in control. The need of the markets right now for the next 2 to 3 years is being taken care of by the units that are being handed over now. But we have 250,000 new people coming every year for the next 9 years. So that we'll have a population of 6 million.
We need more homes.
We need more homes. So let's say the homes that are handing over now can take care of the requirements till 2028. 29 to 33, 1 million people are coming. So for me to have homes ready for them in 29 to 33, I must launch now in 25. So the homes that are being launched now, this crazy off-plan demand that is going on now, is to take care of 29 to 33.
Okay.
It has got nothing to do with the market of today. The homes that are being handed over now is to take care of the current requirements for the next 3 to 4 years.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
That is exactly why we need to correct their frame. So they don't understand we have two markets. We have a current and a future market, both operating at the same time. So when you see the launches, you don't have to be worried about an oversupply. Those launches are for 1 million new people coming later.
Yeah.
I cannot wait till 2028, then launch so that I can keep people happy. I'll have 1 million people sleeping on the streets.
We don't want that.
Which we don't want also. So we are launching now in line with the agenda. This is where the developers are working with the government. They know the agenda, they know the people are coming. So we are partners in this whole initiative, this economic drive. So we are preparing the infrastructure to support the government meet its economic targets.
Okay.
And that is why you have these two markets.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for mentioning this, because it makes total sense for people right now to invest, because a lot of people, they are saying there is a oversupply. But if we have this data and we compare and we analyze what's coming in the future, it's not an oversupply.
We have no oversupply. In fact, we are short. We are short of homes based on the agenda and the population increase. But people don't see long term. They see what's happening right now and they say there is an oversupply. Think logically as business people. If the Emars, the Nakils, the Damaks, the big boys who've been in the business for the last 24 to 25 years, they understand the market. Do you think they're crazy to launch these large communities now if no one is going to be there to buy it? We have the economic agendas, which is showing the growth potential. We have the annual reports coming out showing we are hitting those targets. We have the international reports all talking about Dubai going in the future. The developers are launching, and are they buying? Absolutely. All the premium developers selling out. The second tier, third tier developers selling quite a lot, and then they sell everything else in the next 3 to 4 months after that.
And why do you think these developers are selling? So some investors, they are aware of this vision and they are buying right now to catch up of the opportunities and to capitalize in 2029, 2030, right?
Yes.
This is why these investors are buying now.
100%. Because they understand, see, the investors who are smiling today are the handovers that are happening today because they bought 4 years ago. They've had an 80 to a 100% increase. But they bought 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, they were buying for a future market, which is now. The launches of today, people who are buying is for a future market, which is 4 years in the future.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for responding to this, because it's very, very, very important for any investor to know this. And it makes sense now to invest and have the vision in the future to capitalize, not now, but later.
I want to ask one question, Dr. Anand.
Yeah.
Or you want to say something?
No, let me just say this. I will add and then go ahead with it.
Okay. Sure.
This is not just important for the investors to understand. It is equally important for our salespeople and our brokers to understand this. I can accept an investor coming out of Europe or Singapore or India not understanding this market because they come from a different frame. What I cannot accept is someone who's in this industry here who acts like he's a professional and has no clue why this is happening.
Thank you. Thank you for saying this, because I believe in this concept. You sell or you be sold.
100%.
You either sell to the clients or he will sell you the idea, but you are the one who's here.
Absolutely.
You are the one who has the vision on the market. You have the knowledge, you have the experience. So you have to sell to the clients and explain to him everything from A to Z.
Yeah, he has to understand it. There is no city on the planet now that matches Dubai. So the ambassadors for the city have to be from within, not from outside.
Of course.
Santa, you wanted to ask something.
Yes, I wanted to ask you. So all this knowledge that you just shared with us, of course, we understand the importance of all of this data. However, there are still some investors who are still a little bit skeptical, and they're saying that some economists worldwide are predicting a global recession. So how do you think, first of all, is it true? And secondly, do you think that's going to affect Dubai market and the Dubai real estate market? And if yes, how can the investors prepare for this? And which kind of strategy they should have to maximize their gains and to be safe?
Okay, there are actually multiple answers to it. The first thing is this is fear-mongering. Fear-mongering is the idea that fear sells and is sold faster than faith. This is exactly what's happening here because no one wants to talk about faith in good times. We want to worry about the bad times. So even when you say, well, some economists worldwide are saying this, the first thing I always do, and I don't care how big the person is, I only care about the truth. So if someone sits and tells me that there are some economists saying this, my first question will be, well, I'm glad you brought that up. Who exactly are these economists? So what ends up happening is 9 out of 10 times people cannot even give you a name of the economist. They'll tell you everybody's talking about it. I heard it on Bloomberg. I heard it on nursery rhymes. or whatever it may be. They'll come with all these things. Just ask them straight, where exactly did you get it from?
And it's usually some resources from outside. It's not the people who are
They
inside
cannot
the
even
market.
quote the resource,
Yeah.
Santa Maria. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, so that's the one thing. Second thing is, if you look at the history in the past few years, every time something has looked volatile on a global stage, Dubai actually benefited.
True.
Dubai has become the solution to the problems of the world. Let's look at a few examples right now, where when there are global tensions and wars, it does affect trade globally. And when the
100%.
economies are hurt, then obviously foreign direct investments will slow down. We saw this in the Gulf War. When not the Gulf War, in the Iraq War. After the Gulf War was the Iraq War, when they went after Saddam. And at that point, they said that this is going to hurt the region. This was in 2004 to 2007, that time. We had the highest peak of property sales in that moment because everybody in the region said Dubai. It was the only safe haven they could find. So the war actually benefited us. I'm just giving you one scenario. We had the Arab Spring, 2012 to 2014. About 13 countries in this region all went through internal turmoil. All the money came to Dubai. Our second wave in property happened then in 2014, 15 and 16. That's what happened. Russia went into Ukraine in February of 2022. People said, this has got global war impact. It is going to hurt us. Our record year in property was 2022. We smashed that in 2023 and smashed it again in 2024. So while the war hit and people were so sure it wouldn't happen, we had the highest possible year. The Russians, the Ukrainians, and the people around surrounding countries there, they couldn't take the money to Europe. They couldn't take it to the US. China won't allow it. India wouldn't. They had no choice. The money came here. We built our city on economic agendas, not hoping something like this will happen. When these things happen, it becomes the icing on the cake for us and we get the extra boost. However, we are planning our real estate attractions, our city's development on clear plans. When things like these happen, we become the natural choice for people. The same thing happened when COVID time, post-COVID, everything came here.
Yes.
When Israel went into Gaza, the same thing has happened. So we became the solution rather than part of the problem. People didn't know where to go. In the last 6 weeks, if you see our registrations every day jumped after the tariffs were announced. Okay. It didn't go down.
Mr. Anand, why do you think like Dubai it's a solution for all of these problems?
Let's take an example. Today, people are investing to make money. So if you're investing to make money, you want to invest firstly in cities that have the highest returns. We are offering that. So we become, so how much would you make in London? How much would you make in New York? And then we have made ours tax-free. So
on top of that.
On top of that. So even in terms of return, that's what we are offering you. We have the #1 ecosystem for business in the world for the last 4 years. The GEM report 24-25, Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. We're #1 with the ecosystem for business for the last 4 years. What do entrepreneurs look for? An ecosystem that supports the business. We have that in place. We're giving world-class lifestyle opportunities. World-class education is coming. World-class healthcare, a world-class tax system, corporate governance, AI, quality of life strategies, safety. So there's just so much that's happening in here that we become the solution. Today, if you're in the Middle East, you can't even make a plan for tomorrow because you don't know what's happening.
Of course,
we are giving plans for the next 10 years, 16 years, 2040, and 45 years, 2071. We're planning for 45 years in the future and publishing it on the internet. You can't plan for tomorrow anywhere else. Today is safety. If you're in the US, I know friends in the US, and I've said this many times, if the phone rings in the house, they jump because it could be from the school that there's just been a shooting.
Wow.
Today, the number of homeschooling students has increased by 30% in the US because I want my kid alive rather than going to a free public school system. I'll pay, but my kid is alive.
Wow. Yeah.
That's the safety we have. Business opportunity. What can you find in most countries now? Economies. You want to be in a stable economy? According to the US and World News reports, the #1 stable economy in the world is the UAE.
We were second, right? And then
we were second.
First,
Switzerland was #1. Now we are #1. So I have an economy that is stable, #1 in the world. least fluctuation for me in that economy. I have a high-performing economy. If you look at the GDP, the growth rate projected this year for the world is 3.2%. Probably change after Trump's tariffs, but 3.2%. The UAE is at 5.1. We're 65% above the world average. So I have an economy that's the most stable in the world, plus I have one that is growing way above, 60% above the projected world average. So this is how we became the solution to the problems of the world. We're building the biggest airport in the world. We're having a 70% increase in population in the next 6 years and a 124% increase in population. 5.15 million people are going to come by 2040. The people are coming because they have seen the opportunities in this part of the world. We are now the gateway and the destination of the world.
Wow. Yeah.
Hearing all this, like I can say I myself already love Dubai, but after hearing Dr. Anand, just
you love Dubai more.
Yeah, mentioning all the points, I'm just sitting and thinking, wow, I'm also living in this amazing country and in this amazing city like since 10 years. And yeah, I feel like it's the place to be, really.
And some countries, they are trying to model and copy the model of Dubai, but still Dubai offer like incomparable solution. So why the other city, like for example Saudi Arabia, they are coming, but I went there and I visited. Once I landed in Saudi Arabia, I realized that Saudi Arabia is coming, but needs a lot of time to come to Dubai. And Dubai, it's moving. Dubai, it's not staying in its place.
Correct. Look, the Saudis are our brothers. We want, when everyone in this region does well, and we genuinely want them to do well, because in Dubai, we don't compete, we collaborate.
Okay.
We all ourselves recognize when the region grows powerful, we benefit as well from that. Mm-hmm. You see, how do you become a global force? You become a global force because your region at large is doing well. That's why we want Abu Dhabi to do well. We want Ras Al Khaimah to do well, because the whole of UAE becomes even more strong. Mm-hmm. So again, yes, our advantage was that we got into the game earlier than the others. So we are riding that wave with the early mover advantage. And it's okay if they are going to model us and come up with something. We are fine with that. We took the best of Singapore. We took the best of Europe. We took the best around the world and put it together. It was our blessing that we came onto the world stage much, much later so we could learn from the others. There will be others who will learn from us in the future. We understand that, but we collaborate, we don't compete. And we keep moving ahead into the future ourselves, because we have a plan, the 20 Centennial Plan. We are planned out till 2071. So it's not that we have run out of ideas and we have to wonder what to do next. We have already got the plan. As the world evolves with better technology, our plans will scale up, not scale down. Mm-hmm. So we already knew where we wanted to be 50 years from now. And that's the reason why, which is also why you will notice any major initiative, new roads that are being announced, or a new master community, new islands being opened, they'll always mention, in line with the Economic Agenda 2033, Dubai announces this. Now we just started awarding contracts for the airport expansion. That has already come out. We just awarded 3 weeks ago the first contracts to start the stormwater drainage systems in Dubai. So whatever we have said, we are doing it. Sheikh Mohammed said it last month. He said, we say what we do and we do what we say. So for us, it is not just the words. We can prove every single thing that we have said in the actions that we are taking. That's the reason why we are ahead.
Yeah. And of course, it's obvious. You look at Dubai, you see like every plan, Burj Khalifa. It's Burj Khalifa for me. I will just give a funny story. My parents came to visit me in Dubai, and when they saw the Burj Khalifa, they were like the first thing when you see it, like it's like something you understand the vision of this country once you see this creators like Burj Khalifa, like Palm Jumeirah also. It's like there is nothing like Palm Jumeirah in the world.
These are statements, right?
Yeah.
These are statements. When you can build islands that big in the ocean, when you can put a tower so tall on sand, what is there that we cannot do? That is the reason why Sheikh Mohammed said, if you hear the word impossible, or if you hear that it's impossible, you're probably in Dubai.
Dubai is the dream, it's the reality, it's making the dreams of others reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago, he said, when I was a young man, I used to dream of building castles on water. He said, my friends laughed at me, but they now visit the palm.
True. And Dr. Anand, like we know that Dubai globally is the best city to invest in real estate.
100%.
Well, okay, we are sure about that. But you, as an investor, we know you give Dubai your energy, your expertise. You are more than 30 years here in this in this country. And we know also you are a real estate investor. You put also your money. You're not just enthusiastic about this country, but you also believe 100% and put your money. So we just want to know, Mr. Anand, when he wants to invest in 2025, what's the framework he's using?
Okay. I'll give you the framework, but don't ask me where I will invest because I think that would be an unfair answer for me to give, especially when so many people listen and go with what I'm saying.
Of course.
Let's say I pick area X. I'm going to get developers from area Y calling me and saying, hey, what about us? You just throw us under the bus. So I can't do that. But what I'll tell you is, what should they be looking for? The first thing is we need to understand, every investor, don't look at real estate in isolation from the economic agenda. Mm-hmm. Another word for real estate is infrastructure. We are building the infrastructure to support the economic growth and the future lifestyle opportunities. So if you are not clear about what is the future lifestyle opportunities in Dubai, the future economic agendas, you will never be clear about why is these communities in real estate coming up in the first place. The confidence would not be there in buying. You wouldn't be able to explain this crazy number of launches that are happening, which are selling out equally fast. So you have to understand real estate is infrastructure. So my first bit of advice is study the future of the city. Today you have ChatGPT. It will give you everything in 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. Understand the Dubai economic agenda, the D33. Understand the Dubai social agenda, the S33. See, this is the beauty. If we wanted only business, the Dubai economic agenda was enough. Because it focused on doubling our economy, doubling foreign direct investments, 3 new business corridors, increasing the population, adding 400 new cities. It was all about the business. Mm-hmm. But we understand as a city that if businesses are going to thrive, then families are going to be here. So we need more than just the business. So we also have the Dubai social agenda, the S33. Now, when you have children in these families, we want them to grow and become the knowledge capital of our cities in the future. So we now have the Dubai education agenda, E33. We have the quality of life strategy, 2033. We have the real estate strategy, 2033. Mm-hmm. We have the national investment strategy, 2031. We, the UAE, 2030. Dubai urban master plan, 20. There are just so many plans. So this is not in one direction. We are developing rounded in every aspect that will take us to being the best city in the world. It's your responsibility as an investor to know that. And ChatGPT today gives it to you immediately. So it's not like I have to know where to look for it. If you don't want to do it, then it is your responsibility to ensure that you choose a professional broker, a legal registered broker. No working with Mickey Mouses in the market. Mm-hmm. That is unacceptable. When you come in and you do not fact check and verify the legacy of the agency or the legality of the worker, it is on you. Okay. As an investor, you could come from anywhere on the planet. It is on you. It is your money. You have to do your due diligence. Mm-hmm. When you are taken to a developer, make sure that the developer is doing things legally. If they don't have an escrow account, don't buy from them. Mm-hmm. I don't care who the developer is. Don't buy from them. By law, you have to only sell when you have the escrow account open, which you can only have when the title deed is in your hand. That means you have 100% invested in the plot and there's 20%, in some cases 30% in the escrow account to cover the costs. Mm-hmm. So the land is paid for, 20 to 30% of construction cost is in the escrow account. I take 20% from you as an investor, 50% is in my account. The building will complete.
Okay.
But when you are going to put the money directly into a developer account and there's no escrow, you are setting yourself up for problems.
Okay. So first thing, check the developer.
No. First thing, understand the economic agenda and the attractiveness of this city and the economy in the future. If I built an amazing palace for you, but it was in North Korea, would you buy?
No.
Why not? It's an amazing mansion.
Yeah.
I want to stay in Dubai.
It's because we know that North Korea is not attractive as an economy. There is zero safety and there's no future for you.
And socially unattractive.
So the attractiveness of the opportunity is directly connected to the attractiveness of the city and its economic agenda.
Okay.
You need to understand that. Your real estate is about the future. It's not about the past. How are you going to understand?
Do you think ChatGPT will replace broker?
I'm not scared of ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT every single day and I get better responses from my clients.
Which top 3 areas right now are undervalued but have a very bright future?
Dubai South, Dubai Island, and Dubai Land. Islands are the number 1 lifestyle on the planet. Golf courses overlooking the oceans, and it comes from a master developer who's already proven themselves with the Palm and Palm Jebel Ali.
What do you think right now in our market? So many different real estate agents, and that it's very easy to get inside. How do you see the market? Do you think it's gonna clear out like more, and there's going to be more filtration?
But when the vision of Sheikh Mohammed, actually this is the vision of his father, Sheikh Rashid, but Sheikh Mohammed, who always believed in it, stood up and brought it to life. And when he stood up in the year 2000 and when he talked about this, a lot of people laughed at him, but I was listening. That's
Dr. Anand, within the city, how I can choose the right investment? How I can use the economic agenda? How I can use the Urban Master Plan 2040 to make wise decision within the city?
Okay, very easy. Within the city, if you're looking at doing it, the first question I would make you consider is, how long do you plan to stay in the investment? Are you here for an early exit, 3 years, 4 years, where you want to just maximize your initial investment and get out, in which case you're going to go off plan and you're going to go on something which would have a post-handover payment plan. Reason being, appreciations happen 70 to 80% in those 4 years. So you'll have a very good return when you are going to exit, but you actually make more than that because you've not even paid 100%. You've paid only about 60 to 70%.
Exactly.
So you actually make a whole lot more. So what's the reason you are looking to buy? Are you looking for a return where you want to exit quick? Anyone tells you can exit very quickly in the market, please don't believe them. Be careful. That's the first thing. If you're looking to be here long term and make through rental yields, then what you want to consider is the readiness of the community and the lifestyle opportunity. Many of the communities in Dubai are big. They will be beautiful when complete.
Okay.
So they are being constructed phase by phase. They're just too big to have everything finished overnight or within 3 years, 5 years. Many of the communities are taking 18 to 20 years to complete. So we can look at the Business Bay as an example. Dubai Marina still has some construction, the last few bits. Palm Jumeirah is still having it 20 years in the future. So you need to understand where are you coming in and what is the length of your duration. Another thing for you to understand is not just the readiness of the community, because if my interest is to exit soon, I must accept the fact that the attractiveness of the home being sold, a home buyer coming up or a second buyer, is directly connected to the readiness of the lifestyle in the community. So I'm buying now expecting that there will be a golf course, there will be a lagoon, there will be a lake, there will be a mall, there will be parks, and there will be. But when? So if 3 years from now you want to exit and there is no lagoon, there is no golf course, you see that patch there? That's where it's coming. Yeah, but when?
Okay.
So when I bought it, my understanding was all of that will add to the lifestyle, therefore it will put a markup and a premium, or my homeowner will come because he gets a lifestyle. But if it is not ready in the next 3 to 5 years, they're not coming.
Okay.
So now you're stuck with an investment where the edge or the negotiation power goes to the second buyer.
Okay.
Because he can negotiate you down. Okay. So that's what you have to really look at. The readiness of the community, one. The legacy of the developer coming into the community, which will help you in the exit stage. Because the legacy will tell you that every community they went into did turn into gold. Mm-hmm. So even if it doesn't happen now, we know for sure it's going to happen.
Okay.
Third, you want to look at the developer coming in there. Are they doing everything legally? Because if you run into a brick wall later, there's nothing we can do to help you. So you have to be careful. Fourthly, whichever area you're looking at, these economic agendas are designed to build our city with different personalities in each area. You've got waterfront lifestyles that are being developed. You've got gated communities coming up in the deserts. You have the Dubai South area, which is going to be classified as another city. So where do you want to go? You've got IT and education coming up in Zone 5 of the Urban Master Plan, DLRC, Dubai Land Residential Complex, Silicon Oasis. So what's your real reason to come in? So you got to understand that all these areas are going to do well in the future at a certain point in time in line with the agendas.
Okay.
So that's what I need to understand, which is the reason why work with an expert broker. Work with an agency that can demonstrate that they actually have the legacy and the awareness. And you got another broker that can really help you a lot today, ChatGPT.
Do you think ChatGPT will replace
brokers?
broker?
Many of them, 100%. But again, that's not something for us to fear. Okay, I'm not scared of ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT every single day and I get better responses from my clients. As brokers, you cannot reject the fact that the broker industry is also evolving now. Everything is evolving. We're using AI, artificial intelligence in healthcare today. We're using it in tourism. We're using it in our airports. We're using it in government. The laws of the UAE, we've become the first country in the world to have its laws written and rewritten through AI. We are having fintech companies taking over. Prop tech companies are coming in. This is the way forward for the future. Schools are getting into AI, becoming mandatory for people. Why is it that the brokers have to operate outside the system?
No reason.
So, we just saw 3 months ago in Portugal, an AI robot sold $100 million worth of property.
Yeah.
Right. So now this is happening. So what is our role? Not to fear AI, to embrace it, to see how you can use it to make yourself more professional as a broker, aid you with the research, your presentations, your pitch, and everything that you do. Because the people who are not willing to change, who want to stick to their old school dinosaur way of doing things, will become the fossils of Jurassic Park.
This is the history of humankind. If you don't adapt, you die.
Yes, absolutely. Evolve or die. So will many people go out of the market? Yes, they'll go out for two reasons. Resistance to change. Two, many of them have just operated without the real understanding of the market. They will be replaced 100%. But it is not limited just to brokers. It could happen in any other industry. Essentially, in any industry now, people who are average or who are not pulling their weight must wake up, do something, otherwise you're gone. That's for sure.
And this is for the benefits of the industry, of course.
So the benefit of the world.
Yeah. I think Santa Maria wants to ask a question, right?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question because we were speaking about the different areas and that each investor, they should make sure that wherever they're investing, it's going to be aligned with all the plans of the city and of the whole country and of the government. So I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, which top 3 areas right now are undervalued but have a very bright future?
Dubai South, Dubai Island, and Dubai Land.
And why do you think so?
Because they're all part of the economic. All these 3 are coming part of the Urban Master Plan 2040. They're already there in the economic agenda, the D33. But in the Urban Master Plan, the future Dubai is mapped into 5 areas. The future Dubai. So one of those areas is the Deira Islands, that area, because culture and heritage, which was something we were not having before, is now being given prominence. Dubai Island sits right in the middle of that. And it's the first real opportunity Dubai is offering as freehold in that area. So definitely the 5 islands is going to do well. Let's look at just one aspect of the island. Palm Jumeirah was a success. Everybody will agree. Palm Jumeirah has 30 hotels on it. Palm Jebel Ali, twice the size of it, has got 80 hotels. Now, why would Nakil, with all their experience, put so many hotels there if they did not believe people would come? Dubai Islands has got 86 hotels, even more than Palm Jebel Ali. Wow. These are the only islands in the entire Middle East where you have golf courses right at the ocean.
With the sea view.
With the sea view. You don't have this anywhere else.
Only in Miami.
Islands are the number 1 lifestyle on the planet. So we're giving you the number 1 lifestyle. We're giving it to you with these iconic golf courses overlooking the oceans. We're giving you culture for the first time in Dubai, culture and heritage. We're giving you blue-green amenities and lifestyle opportunities there. And nothing like this has ever existed before. And it comes from a master developer who's already proven themselves with the Palm and Palm Jebel Ali.
What do you think about the airport, though, that it's close by to the Dubai Islands? Because we have some objections like this from
Yes,
our
I know.
investors.
We hear that a lot. There are several ways to answer that. I think the first thing that people need to understand, the intelligence of the government, the experts that they work with, global experts, far exceeds your intelligence, mine, or an investor's intelligence. We work from a very limited space with a limited understanding, and we throw it like we're authorities on these subjects. I am willing to bet that the government of Dubai, working with global experts, creating world-class communities, have factored these in.
Of course.
This is the first understanding we have to give them. The second thing is, if you actually go, I actually say this, I said it in another developer's office just 2 weeks ago. I said, why don't you do one thing? Instead of speculating about this, take a drive to Dubai Island. There is the Riu Hotel. It's already operating.
Yeah.
Go into the lobby, have a coffee, and in 10 minutes that you're in the lobby, try and count how many planes went overhead. You won't hear a single one. You won't hear. So we sit and we speculate. Why? Because we go to Dera and the old buildings which were there 50 years ago, and you hear the sound of the plane. Go onto the island, sit in the hotel, and you will not hear a single plane. Also, now, when you are in those kind of paths, the buildings we construct today have to meet international standards, including being in paths of flying machines. So double wall windows, soundproofing is all there. And the airport is moving anyway. In the future. Also, the planes, by the time they come over the islands, are already at a particular altitude. There is no sound impact. In fact, in many beaches, you find people go to watch the planes coming, landing and taking off, and they're taking pictures. So for many of them, it's an exciting experience. And these planes are nowhere close to us. Nowhere close to us. I heard one objection at one point. Let's talk about it. Okay, what about the dumping of fuel?
In Maritime City.
No, the dumping of fuel, not Maritime City, on the planes.
Okay.
You know, planes dump fuel.
Mm-hmm.
You can look in the air, you'll see these white hazy lines. That's fuel being dumped, right?
Yes.
But by international aviation law, you have to be at a minimum height level before you can dump.
Okay.
So that the air blows it away and the the rotation of the earth moves it away. So they don't dump at these heights. So it just does not make sense. People will just say something that comes off the top. Can you do me a can you do me a favor, Mr. Investor, Mr. Broker, Mr. Developer? Can you do a little bit of research before you raise the objection? You'll find the answer yourself.
Yeah. And the entry price in an island for a waterfront, because you have views to the water from anywhere because it's an island.
Yes.
It's very, very, very attractive.
Yeah. Let me come back to the other thing. Why I chose these three areas.
Yes, tell us about the other two areas.
Yes, because see, in the urban master plan, one area is already zone 1. You've seen. There is another area which is going to be the Dubai South area. Future exhibitions, technology, global events. Why do you think we're putting the biggest airport in the world right there? We've got 168 square kilometers of industrial area coming up right next to the Dubai International, the Maktoum International Airport. 168 square kilometers for industry, production and manufacturing. We never had it. That is 22% the size of Singapore as a city.
Wow.
That much just for industry next to the airport. Across the road is gate number 5 to Jebel Ali, the 4th busiest port in the world. The world's biggest logistics corridor is coming up in Dubai South. That's part of the future vision. That's why the Chinese president went and put the Yiwu markets there. $3.5 billion in just one market. So you can see all of this coming. Plus Dubai South. This is an interesting thing. A lot of people don't know about it. Why is it called Dubai South? You ask this to people. Is it because it's in the south of Dubai? Not true. We don't call this Dubai North, do we?
No.
Yeah.
So why is that called the south? If you look at many of the cities in the world, the south side of the cities is usually premium and luxury. South Miami, South Beach.
Yeah.
Okay, South London. All the exotic galleries, art, high-end retail, gastronomic restaurants. South Mumbai, all the Bollywood stars and the billionaires. So South has largely been associated with luxury. You have Palm
Interesting.
Jebel Ali. You have the Jebel Ali Hills coming up. You have the Grand Polo Country Club Resorts coming up. You've got Oasis by Emaar. So you've got all that. The third downtown in Dubai is coming up there, Expo Downtown. We're the only city in the world which has 3 downtowns. Every city has got just one downtown. We have downtown that people know today. Creek Harbor will be the second downtown. And now you have Expo Downtown. 3 downtowns. The message is clear. We are becoming so big as a city, we are decentralizing so that every part creates equal economic socio impact. That's why I'm saying Dubai South. Okay. Now let's go to Zone 5 in the Urban Master Plan, which is the DLRC area, the Silicon Oasis, because of education, technology, and AI. So that is the reason why that area is, you're seeing the number of launches coming up in DLRC now. You're having some of the top 3 or 4 universities from India have all announced they're coming in here. There's Stanford and MIT. They're all in talks with the government today. We don't know when they'll come. We don't know if they'll, but they're actually talking for now. We are building knowledge capital. We want to have a thinking city for the future. Future currency is knowledge. The thinking capacity of people is going to be the wealth of the future cities. And we're not waiting for that. Sheikh Mohammed, part of the E33 agenda, Dubai has to be one of the top 10 student cities in the world. The biggest education conferences will now happen in Dubai. The logic and understanding being when these people come, they don't leave. We saw that happen with the Expo. People come, they fall in love with our city, and they return to be permanent.
We are an example also. We are an example. Yeah, once you come to Dubai as a tourist or you live here, you fall in love with the city. And I also have I noticed one thing, that a lot of people coming to Dubai, they either love Dubai or really hate Dubai.
Correct.
And Dubai is about winning. It's about success, because the environment is about success. If you don't succeed in Dubai, you will not stay in Dubai, because in Dubai there is this spirit of winning.
Okay, Dubai as a city definitely has that spirit, but I might have to digress on this a little bit. I believe there are opportunities to win and succeed in every city on the planet. Okay, talent is distributed equally, but opportunity isn't. Okay. Everybody who gets onto a plane and comes here believes in that. I mean, why did you get on a plane and come in here? To see our beautiful sand? No. Or did you come to enjoy 50 degrees weather?
I have sand in Morocco.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. And you definitely did not come here to enjoy the 50 degrees weather. You got onto a plane and you came here because you believed in the opportunity. Don't let people steal that opportunity from you. Okay, we give the opportunity to everybody. We welcome the world. We're making it easier for people to come in. Many countries are tightening it down and making it harder for people to come. We are making it easy. But when you come here, the spirit of Dubai is what you must understand. The city will not give you the opportunity on a platter. I always say this, God feeds the birds of the air, but He doesn't drop the worm in their nest. You're going to have to go out and get the worm. So yes, there is the opportunity in this city, but you need to have the right mindset for it. It's like a sunrise, it's showing up, but you blink, it's gone.
Interesting.
And what motivated you to come to Dubai, to move here?
Well, truthfully, I came for the wrong reason.
Really? What was that?
Wow.
Money.
Ah. And did you start from the beginning in real estate?
No, not at all. I started in hotels, very, very short stint in hotels, about a year. Then I moved into Emirates Airlines, spent 10 and a half years. Wow. I was the one who engineered the whole the training site for the catering teams at the airport. Got headhunted, moved into Damac Properties more as vice president training, set up training functions in around 25 countries for them. Did a lot of that kind of stuff. And that's when I realized, okay, there was a lot more I could do. But when the vision of Sheikh Mohammed, actually this is the vision of his father, Sheikh Rashid, but Sheikh Mohammed, who always believed in it, stood up and brought it to life. And when he stood up in the year 2000 and when he talked about this, a lot of people laughed at him, but I was listening. I was listening. We were actually planning migration out of Dubai into Canada.
So at that time, you heard this vision and you believed this vision?
100%. That's why I'm here.
Wow.
Many of the people whom I know who left are all back. And then I tell them, okay, so you lost 20 years in the process.
Wow.
Yeah? And and you came back to where you originally were. I saw that. That's the thing. We need to believe in the vision. Nobody believed in him. Nobody believed in Dubai because what was Dubai? An Arab state in the desert? But I know this for a fact. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog that matters. Today, everyone is sweating. They can do nothing to Dubai now. We have gone way past all of them. That's what we are looking for. If you got the vision, this is the place for you. Last year, there was a video released on Dubai which said, bring your impossible to Dubai. If I had to paraphrase that, if you're coming with average intent, if you're coming with a normal plan, stay where you are. Keep it there. We don't want normal. Keep it in your cities. But if what you have is incredible, bring it to Dubai.
We want people with crazy ideas, with limitless mindsets, right?
The people who will dream with their eyes open, because they're the dangerous ones. They'll make it happen.
And how can someone who is thinking to come here now or to invest here or to open a business, how can they use your philosophy from 20 years ago and apply it now? Do you think the same thing is going to be happening? Because you were sharing with us now how you believed in the vision, right, of the father of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. So do you think right now we're going to see the same kind of future or even something bigger than what already happened?
Even bigger. There's several reasons, even bigger. You see, with all, how would I say, credit being given to the earlier rulers, they had limited awareness of the world. They had limited access to technology and resources. Given the access that they had, they came up with these grand visions. Imagine today, with greater knowledge and awareness, greater access to technology and resources, greater confidence because what you did dream about, you could achieve, greater contribution and willingness. The world is flocking to Dubai. 192 of the Fortune 500 companies, that's 40% of the Fortune 500 companies now have regional head offices in Dubai. They're all giving their tick. The millionaires of the world are maximum migrating into Dubai every year for the last 4 years. These are people who could go anywhere. So we have all of this working for us now in our favor. When we dream now, we dream even bigger. So I'm absolutely confident about this, that whatever plans we have, probably our 2071 plan, we'll do it by 2060 or 2050.
Wow.
Because we have access to so much more today. Knowledge is doubling around the world every 2 minutes. That means 2 minutes ago, what the world knew, we know twice as much already in just 2 minutes.
Is that thanks to ChatGPT?
Yeah.
ChatGPT is introducing us to some of them, but we are expanding at this incredible rate, at the awareness. Another reason, even more so, shows the brilliance of Sheikh Mohammed here. Why are we creating this intelligence economy, thinking economy? The children are our future. These children are today already thinking, I'm talking of 10-year-olds of today, are thinking how we used to think when we were 16 and 18.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Correct.
True.
So you don't talk to them as children anymore. Now, when these kids grow up and start moving in as CEOs, setting up their businesses or walk into government, they will carry so much more intelligence and belief in them. They will take the city to places we can't even imagine.
And
so
this,
100%.
And this success, it's not just because of the resources. It's because of the leadership.
100%. It's not resources. Tony Robbins said it. It's not resources that matter. It's resourcefulness that matters. It's not what you have. It's what you do with what you have that matters. Any of you got less than 24 hours a day?
No, we all have 24 hours a day.
So all of you have got 24 hours?
Yeah.
Anyone has got more than 24 hours?
No.
Maybe.
So why?
You do?
So why then, if we all have 24 hours a day, I'm sure people watching, any of you got 24 hours a day? More than that? No. Less? No. So why then, when we all have 24 hours a day, some people are achieving a whole lot more compared to the others? Life is fair. Contrary to what people will tell you that life is fair. You are not being fair to yourself. This is the reality.
I really like this kind of mindset, and I think it's aligned with the UAE and the whole vibe of the country and of the city, because some people, they just like to blame everything on the outside world, on some cultural things that they have, on the resources that they had. But as you said, everyone should be responsible for their own life and their own decision. That's why I want to ask you, what do you think is the main difference between a successful investor and someone who just keeps on waiting for the perfect moment? They keep on thinking, no, the market is going to go down, not now, now it's not a good time, I should wait when everything is aligned and everything is perfect. And this perfect moment never comes. And they just keep on missing the opportunities.
Those are not investors. Because those people by nature never invest. Because they're always waiting. So how do you even call them investors? They're never making any decision. In my world, there's only two types of buyers of real estate in Dubai. Incredible winners and incredible losers. The winners are the ones who come in early because they align with the vision, they know what we're trying to do. If you are not prepared to be bold and take risk and align with us, our vision is bold and bland, you will be left behind. This is as simple as that. Those who are waiting for the reassurance will keep waiting. They waited in 2020. They said, we just came out of COVID. They're paying 87% more today. Then those who came in 2021 said, let's just wait. The economies are just opening up. They're paying 65% more today. Then Russia decided to walk in. They said, now we definitely have to wait. Okay? They're paying 45% more today. Then Israel decided to step into the neighbor's yard. No. This is close to home. Iran will get involved. Let's wait. They're paying 22% more. So you can wait, Mr. Investor. Be prepared to pay another 19% by next year.
Well, thank you, Santa Maria, for bringing this because, Mr. Anand, you are Doctor of Psychology.
Correct.
So I want to ask you from a psychology perspective right now. So let's say we have a first-time buyer.
Okay.
And we know when investing, there is a lot of emotion involved, like fear, greed, uncertainty, and decision. And I want you to tell me, like the state of an investor or first-time investor from a psychology perspective.
Okay. From a psychological perspective, if we look at it, our brains are in protection mode all the time. Okay. They look to protect us. That's how we've been hardwired. Okay. And it goes back to our primitive days when we ran around without clothes. It clearly shows we didn't have brains at that time, right? So, but our brains were only a protective mechanism because we lived in hostile environments. So everything around us was either threatening to eat us or kill us. So we went into defensive mode. So every time we go into an environment where there is a perceived threat, doesn't have to be physical, we go defensive. It happens in a relationship. If there's a perceived threat, why do people first get into fear when they want to move from one job to another? Perceived threat. So this is the first thing that happens. So when there's perceived threat, what do you need to look at? You need to look at what will build the comfort and the confidence. Now, my comfort and confidence is built on my past patterns, who I am, what I know, what I absolutely believe in, because at least I have some faith in that process.
What I saw, maybe some family member got scammed or he lost his money in some investment.
So what do I need to do? And the first thing I need to do is recognize, am I an opportunity investor or am I a security investor? What is my risk appetite? If I'm a low risk appetite, I'm being driven by my base animal nature, which is protection. As long as I'm thinking in that mindset, you're not really an investor. Investment by definition requires risk. Okay. So if I am really an investor, I can do it by two ways. Either I'm bold enough to get out there and I learn, crash, burn and learn, doesn't matter, but I learn, so I'm not losing. Okay. So I will do that. Or I can surround myself with people who are demonstrating investor type behavior. They've got track records and I just copy what they do till I develop comfort with it. Why? It's an unknown area for me. When I go into an unknown area, my mind is going to play tricks on me. My mind is going to scream at me and say, this will not work. This is not what you should do. It is wrong. 100 different reasons will come up. Look at what happened to that person. All of this will happen. So what do? When your mind says, look at that person who got scammed, why don't you look at the 20,000 others who made money at the same time? So you redirect people to looking at what matters. Find out the dominant buying reason. What's the real reason you're considering investment and why at this point in time? Have those conversations. Then look for the kind of people who have worked with newbies like you, new investors. They understand the psychology, the fears and the resistances you have. They will help you get out of it because they have the confidence in it. When you have, you're getting this crazy headache happening all the time, you cannot explain why it's happening and it's worrying you. But when you go to a doctor, your faith is in the doctor, in his experience, and you listen to him. Just do the same here.
So we as real estate expert, we should have knowledge in psychology, right?
100. Okay.
Not doctors, but but to have like some basic knowledge. No.
Listen, all humans have awareness of psychology. We have relationships with people. We have figured out, but it was a very costly process. Crash, burn, and learn over the years. Make it more intelligent. Start learning about the psychology of engagement, how people think, how they feel and demonstrate emotions, how they react to behaviors, what communication patterns they choose. Mirror and match those. People are most comfortable with people who are like them. So become like them. If people are using certain language patterns, mirror those patterns and use it. On an unconscious level, they believe in you already. Because you're like me. Okay, people buy from people they like, but people like themselves. So there are enough success stories that we have in the market today. Work with those people. Find the right kind of brokers in the industry. This is really important. If you're an investor, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be risk prone, not risk averse. If you're risk averse, you're a security buyer. In that case, go for something that's ready. At least you'll get the building in your hand. Don't go into putting money on sand. So fear we understand. I believe here the responsibility for taking care of the fear lies with us. This is our city. This is our market. More important, we've worked with hundreds like you in the past. So we are the experts here. That's why you go to a doctor and you listen to the doctor's advice. You don't come to the doctor and say, could it be possible that this pain is also happening because the temperature dropped 2 degrees last week? Then why did you come to me?
Because the doctor has an authority.
100%.
And you trust him. But what do you think right now in our market? We all know that there's so many different real estate agents and that it's very easy to get inside. And it's very easy to be an agent, but it's more difficult to be an expert. So how do you see the market? Do you think it's going to clear out more and there's going to be more filtration in the future?
Oh, yes, absolutely. The market has to clear out more. Firstly, the profile of buyers has changed in the market. You have Singapore buying in a way like they never bought before. Singapore doesn't go with this, Habibi, come to Dubai, buy now. Listen, if you don't buy now, tomorrow you come, I don't know if I'll have unit for you. You say, okay, I'll go somewhere else tomorrow. Okay, it doesn't work like that. So today you have all these educated buyers coming out of Northern America, coming out of Europe. Germany is coming in a big way now. So you have a very different kind of buyer showing up. You have institutional buyers coming. You have family funds coming. They were never coming before. You're now having the millionaires of the world migrating. These are smart, intelligent people, driven with data and research, and don't think they don't have others who can help do the research for them. Now ChatGPT is on their side also just as much as it is on yours. So if I was a buyer coming in from Germany, just using Germany as an example, 4 years ago, there wasn't much research I could do. I didn't even know where to go and look for it. I probably would have heard of a Knight Frank report or a Savills report or a Henley and Partner. I had some basic access. I didn't even know where to look for it, and it would take time, and I may not have had the time. So I had to rely on these agents that we were talking of on the ground. Today I'm sitting in Germany, I open ChatGPT and I simply put a prompt in there. I'm considering Dubai as an investment opportunity. Give me 5 reasons why Dubai beats any other city for investment at this point in time. Identify 3 possible areas within Dubai that will give me excellent opportunity. Give me 5 reasons with the data and the sources from where you get this information. Give me 3 comparable areas which could outperform this area in the future. Also give me the 5 questions I must ask a broker when I meet him in Dubai. And in 2 seconds, he gets all these answers.
Probably he can ask what's the best brokers in Dubai, and he can get also names.
You can try, no problem. But the whole idea today is we can no longer operate in Dubai thinking we know everything and they are clueless. They have access to more information. Today, if I'm a broker and I'm operating on my history of Dubai Hills Estate, I have certain knowledge in Dubai Hills Estate. The client can get almost that entire amount and even more information in 2 seconds on ChatGPT. So this is the reason why today our investors are better informed. So our brokers are going to be filtered just by default through the advances in technology. Then they will get filtered by the quality of the new buyers who are coming, who will decide you're not my guy. Straight away. Automatically now, when companies will realize this, their hiring processes will have to change. If they don't change their hiring processes, they're going to be putting locks on their doors soon. So naturally, a lot of things are going to change in the market, and they're all good, and we welcome it. We want it to happen.
Exactly.
So we have a positive change will happen in the market.
100,
thanks to these technologies.
100%. But again, I can fear it. And then I spend all my time worrying about what's happening. I lose my sleep. I fall sick. I actually spend more money because I have to go to the doctor. Or I actually get excited about it. Keep an open mind. Embrace the change. It can be uncomfortable, but then you still do it. I say this to everyone I work with. When it scares you or it makes you uncomfortable, do it.
Because it's growth.
It's the only way. If you're comfortable doing it, I have a problem with that. It means you're not really expanding because you're already comfortable where you are. And if this new thing is making you comfortable, are you growing? Are you expanding? So if it scares you, do it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
We are more excited now about Dubai.
Yeah, you made us fall in love with Dubai and UAE even more than we already were.
Like you are in a relationship and you
see the person all over again.
Yeah,
You're like,
you,
wow, you really are gorgeous. That's why I fell in love with you. Now I have the reconfirmation. So I think we can wrap up.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Anand, for your time and for your knowledge. And of course, our investors that are watching us, they will get a lot of knowledge. It's a lot of information to process, but it's the right information. It's data that you need to know to make the wise investments in Dubai real estate. You hear it from the best, from the person who has been in the market for more than 30 years, and he's also an investor himself. So I think this is one of our best episodes.
Yeah.
But I have one question to ask you.
Yes, sure.
I know it's at the end, but I have one question. When did you all actually move to Dubai?
I moved 10 years ago. So I initially started working in the hospitality and I actually studied psychology. So I have a bachelor's degree in psychology because at the time they were inviting me to go to take my master's degree, but I was very eager to go and start building my career outside of Moscow and Russia. And I was dreaming of moving to Dubai because I was seeing the opportunities that are, starting here. This was 2015, 2014. And I had a little bit of a fear myself, I remember, when I was moving here, because it was very different at that time. But I was thinking on a globally scale, I was thinking that, America is kind of far away, even though at that time we were being fed this American dream. And Europe, I was already seeing that it's starting to have some kind of a recession. So I was thinking, I need to go to a place where people have big ideas, where the economy is driven and so on. And so that's why, I came here and it's amazing. I cannot see myself anywhere else. So 10 years ago.
10 years. And
when did for me, 3 years ago, I came to Dubai and I came also for the wrong, the wrong reason. So my background in sports, I was athlete and then personal trainer, and then I moved to marketing because I had to learn marketing to promote my businesses. And from the marketing, I moved to the real estate, and I came in the best time.
Okay, so if I had to look at it this way, 10 years ago you made the decision, 3 years ago you made it. Probably one of the best decisions you ever made. You both ended up in real estate. Definitely the best decision you made.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you in our next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.